Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 4 of your Detroit Red Wings franchise mode. As in today's episode, we are walking into the very first free agency with the Detroit Red Wings, which, I mean, it's going to be kind of looking like a more of a positive season for the upcoming season for the Detroit Red Wings, as we have $19 million to spend. We're not going to be spending all of it, of course. We're going to be playing very smart with our money, but we have a very young team kind of coming through. We have Taru Heroes, Dmitry Timoshov, Philip Zadina. You might even have Michael Rasmussen, Chevy, almost all ready to come up and play in the NHL for this upcoming season. So it's already looking like a very positive start for the Detroit Red Wings. Not just that you already have a very powerful first line with Fabro, Mantha, and Larkin. Your team is looking deadly as ever. And I'm really excited to see where this team will kind of like take us. It's definitely going to be a little bit of an adventure for sure. Which I don't know what the fuck my PS4 is doing right now. But anyways, let's continue on. We also have Denis Chalowski, very good defenseman. He was fantastic for us this year. In 82 games, he had 35 points. And he wasn't even a minus or anything. He had a fantastic season. Then you add Filip Hrenak. And then you add the new Russian superpower of a defenseman, and Andrei Syorkin, which I'm really excited to kind of bring into the team this year and see how well he will perform for the Detroit Red Wings. Now, also, we're going to have to be picking up a goalie as well. We were looking at a goaltender, which we're all going to figure that out in today's episode as well. All right, so now, first up, we got to take a look at who we're going to be signing in free agency. Of course, we're getting a second-line centerman, a right-handed defenseman, and a goaltender. Well, not a right-handed defenseman. He will be a left-handed defenseman, but we'll worry about that much later on. But we're going for a second-line centerman, defenseman that could play on our top four, and a starting goaltender for the Detroit Red Wings. So let's take a look at everything that we need first. Ryan Strome was a very good candidate. You look at everyone else, it's just maybe you could go after Mikael Granlund, but he did not have a very good season this past season. Not as good as a season like Ryan Strome. Plus, Ryan Strome's right-handed. I feel like we could use a little bit more right-handers on the team, and I feel like Ryan Strome could be a huge contributor for a few years to come for the Detroit Red Wings as our second-line guy. So we're going to be signing him. We don't know what type of contract he wants. Either he's going to want a no-movement clause or no trade clause or even nothing. Hopefully, it's nothing, and we can kind of just keep some low-key contracts on the team, and Ryan Strome would like a no trade clause, so I will sign him for those 3 years, 5.5 for 3 years for Ryan Strome. So that'll be the first free agent signing there. Then defensively, I was taking a look at Erik Gustafsson. I was also taking a look at Pulock, but I mean, I think you would have to give up a first overall selection just to get, we don't even have picks to get him. So I was looking at Erik Gustafsson or even TJ Brody, for Christ's sakes, as well. Either one of those two guys or even lower. But I felt like Erik Gustafsson is a perfect enough to... actually, we could use a defensive defenseman, honestly, this year. Someone that could be a big hitter, just be a big, solid defenseman for the team. Someone like a Travis Hamonic or Christopher Tanev. Whoever has a nicer contract. So Tanev, what type of contract we're going to have now? Remember, we're going to either have to give Tanev 4 or 5 for Hamonic, so I'll have to see what type of contracts they want. Tanev would like a have no movement clause. Sorry guys about that, someone was vacuuming there. Christopher Tanev wanted a have no movement clause and have no trade clause, which is not a bad contract, but you're going to have to give him 2 years no movement clause. And with our type of team right now, I really don't feel like giving anybody like something that's going to hunker them down on the team. So let's see what Travis Hamonic would like with the Detroit Red Wings, and he wants the same type of deal. It was almost a no trade clause. We could almost even try Brendan Dillon, but we do want a right-handed guy for the team. But we will give Brendan Dillon a try to see where he will kind of work on the team. And everyone kind of works the defensive pairing too, which is because their play style is a defensive defenseman. Brendan Dillon does not want no trade clause. He doesn't want anything, just to play with the Detroit Red Wings. So I think Brendan Dillon's that perfect guy to kind of bring on the team. 3 years at 4.475 for Brendan Dillon. We'll bring him in for a couple years, and then we're going to be going after Linus Ullmark. We're going to give just him a year trial here in Detroit. That's all we're going to give him. We'll see how he plays on this really bad Detroit Red Wing team, and then we'll kind of go from there. We also do need to hire a bunch of new scouts because this is a young team, right? We're a team that's developing. We want to do good in the draft. We had a very good draft this year, picking up a lot of big prospects like Andrei Syorpkin. I mean, he was given that he was going to be good. But then you add like the players like Dylan later on that we picked up. So we do have some good scouting, and we did get some great picks, but I think we need to continue that and hire just a whole new scouting staff and just get a bunch of new players or a bunch of new scouts. And I mean, is there any really big scouts? No, not very much, but we already signed about 5. For the positions that we needed. I don't know why we just fired most of our scouts, but that's okay. We'll sign them all back because apparently we can't upgrade on scouts. Fuck my life. This always happens. I always fire all my scouts away, and I'm like, oh, this could work, and then next thing you know, you look at it and you have there's nobody. You're like, oh well, this is something else. This is really crappy, but it's okay. We'll get everyone kind of back on the team that we were originally gonna sign. That's 4. That's 5. We only have 2 guys, so we need to sign about 18 scouts right now to fill in the squad. And then we can kind of start the simulation up here for the Detroit Red Wings and get to our free agent, or to get to the start of the season. Kind of mixed up the lineups and stuff like that, which I'm really excited to see how this team performs this year. It's going to be a very, very young team. It's going to be crazy young. And it's definitely going to be something that's going to be a lot different than what we've had in the last year and what Detroit have seen. I mean, Detroit has seen a very bad team over the past little bit. Like, they've seen a really shitty team. So giving them this chance to really see a good team going to be coming through, I'm hoping could be this year. I'm really hoping that this team could really kind of pull through this year and have a fantastic season. So let's see if we will get the big free agents, guys, that we've been wanting to get, and hopefully we can sign them on the team. But right now we're just getting all the scouts signed on the team. Rakas, I think that was a coaching job that we were giving out. I don't think we need anybody for coaches, but I didn't really take too deep of a look into it. Kirill Petrov, Labatayev, okay, I really don't give a shit. Frans Nielsen, New York Rangers wants to take Frans Nielsen, but I mean, we need him for salary cap right now. I'd rather just keep him, and plus there's a no trade clause, so you would have to worry about that as well. And I don't think the Rangers are a playoff team right now, so we really couldn't trade Frans Nielsen even if we wanted to. He's practically just he's stuck on the team, and there's no doubt about that he's going to be stuck on the team for the next little bit until his contract expires. He's practically going to be one of the most useless players, which I mean is okay. So Murphy, Linus Ulmark, we got him on the team, perfect. Ryan Strome as well, and Brendan Dillon. So we got the 3 players that we wanted to pick up to help out with the Detroit Red Wings this year. That's perfect. Those are the big players that we wanted to get, and we got all of them. So we're actually not looking that bad coming into this year with Ryan Strome kind of joining us on the team. Oh my god, my groin is in the wrong position. Sorry, guys, about that. Let's continue. Defense looks pretty solid. I mean, it's not the best defense core in the world. And I mean, you weren't getting that in Brendan Dillon. You were just getting a veteran defenseman to kind of help out with the squad a little bit, and then you pick up Linus Ulmark to be the big goalie for the team. So we're looking pretty good, solid, pretty solid here in Detroit. Let's get to the next season. We really don't need to do any more signings. Like legit, that was all we needed to do and all we need to worry about. And you know what? I will actually trade Luke Clendening to get a couple more picks, because Luke Clendening is really kind of just useless for us right now. Yeah, we're playing Danny Dykstra. I know his morale's kind of shits right now, but we're going to be playing him with Bowie and stuff like that as well. Fippula. People want Fippula as well, but I want... People are giving us some offers for some picks. Like, a lot of people are. And Nielsen I'm not so alright with, but Fippula I don't think would be a bad idea. Of course, I didn't open up the tab for my video to see who has a no trade clause or not. I was like, I'm probably not going to make any deals in this video. Fucking next thing you know, everyone's wanting to do a deal with me, for Christ's sakes. So Let's continue looking at that. But defense, what do we got? I think we're going to have to keep it the way that it is with either more Snyder or Danny Dexter. And then forward-wise, you go with all that. I mean, you really don't have any big-time centermans that can really take over those spots. Unless you want Rasmussen and Nielsen to kind of do that. Which, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing. Like, Michael Rasmussen would be... So, you know what? I would be up to trading Fippula. If we could get Fippula off the team, I don't think I would mind that. He is signed... On a no trade clause, he is signed on that. So we won't really have to worry about Valtteri Fippula right now. So we'll continue the simulation here for the Detroit Red Wings. Nielsen, like we said, if anything, you guys have to be a contender team, and if you guys are a rebuilder, we cannot trade to you guys. So practically just gonna keep those players. We will if we do. Ooh, that's something right here. Second and a third round pick for Fippula, and they're a champion team. So if we could take that fourth off of there, will that go through? No. Okay, so we'll have to do it with a pick, which is okay. We'll do it with a pick, and then Rasmussen can play up on that line. And we already have plenty of picks, and I think that's definitely going to help us out. There we go. Valtteri Fippula is off the team now, so he can get wiped here off the board. Perfect. I'm liking the way that the Detroit Red Wings are looking for this upcoming season. We're looking solid. Very, very young. I think this is probably going to be one of the youngest teams in the NHL. Brent Seabrook taking his contract in. My God, that's horrible. No, thank you. I'd rather not. I'm good with the players that we have right now and the picks that we have. I really don't want to. And that's the thing I think EA has to kind of do a little bit. I mean, if you're doing like a salary cap dump, I think for a first round draft pick and stuff, like it should be changed a little bit for that. Like if you're making a salary cap dump, I think it should be changed towards that. We do not want any captains on the team yet. Everyone's going to be assistant captains until further said so, because right now we're still a young team. We're still developing. Most likely will be Dylan Larkin, most likely, but right now I would like a wait, maybe another year until this team has a little bit more direction. But Philip Zadino, 83 overall. Look at that, man. He's jumped right up to an 83. That should be nice out of that second line for this upcoming season. Heroes also jumped up. Everyone has taken a huge jump for the team, which is perfect. Is where we want to be with this team. So defensively, Cholowski, Dylan, more Snyder's ready this year, so we really don't have to use Danny Dexter, which we will be calling them up to kind of use him as depth. But that's really it. And then Linus Ullmark and John DeBernier. If you're talking about this team, I think we're definitely an underdog team. We're nowhere near a playoff team. Like this is a team that's not going to be in the playoffs for a while to come. But I definitely have some confidence with this team this year. With the way that we actually kind of look, we don't look too shabby as a team, and I feel like we could do some serious damage. Now either we play Ernie or Timashov. That's a big decision. I feel like that's the thing. Like Timashov's not a very good defensive guy. Like you're practically gonna take a downgrade with Timashov, but we're gonna have a purely offensive team. I feel like, oh my God, dude, the defense. I think the reason why I think we're going to be doing so bad this year is defense. And I think that's going to be a big thing for us is bottom line help depth-wise. For defensive help, I think it's going to be the next big trade. Because for me, defense is a big thing, right? Like if you don't have fucking defense like all these fuckers, like, what else are we going to do? I think the guy that we do need to make a deal with is Brendan Perlini in today's episode. Because I don't want to do Philip Zadina down there. I would like him playing up on the top tier lineups. I want him playing the best hockey that Philip Zadina could be playing. He's one of our big picks. We're going to be focusing on that, right? So, Syorkin, I feel like we could definitely play him top 4 minutes. I feel like he definitely is that type of defenseman that we could give those types of minutes to. We could do Cholowski, Dylan, or no, is Horanik. I want Dylan with Syorkin. Give that veteran guy a good D partner, and then we will make out the power play. We'll first do that first trade first. We're gonna look for somebody that's young on the train block, someone that could be a nice defensive third line guy for the team, even if he's old, right? I mean, we're just trading away Perlini or whatever. Like it's just not that big of a player that we're trading away. Just someone to come in, be that kind of depth player for us for the next couple seasons. Just someone to help us out, right? I mean, that's what we're really looking for right now. Is someone to help us out depth-wise, and be a kind of a big player, like 28-year-old Jonas Donskoy, 3 years left. Could be a nice depth player for the team. 44 points last year, could put up points too. And he's not too bad defensively, because we need to improve on that PK. And if we slowly start improving defensive players after defense... Ooh, Chasson is looking very, very nice. And, I mean, that's not a very expensive contract, even going towards next year. And Oilers could use another, like, playmaker like Brendan Perlini up with McDavid or something like that. And then you get a little bit cap off your off your cap space. Oh, man, all the New York Islanders guys would be great pickups, but really expensive, though. I think Alex Chasson is probably, since he's an Oiler and stuff like that, he definitely does tug my heartstrings a little bit more, but he's still young too. He's not like he's too old of a guy to come into the Detroit Red Wings and help us out a bit. He's 29 years old. We'll take him for a year. Might as well. I got nothing to lose, so we give them the Ford and Brendan Perlini. I know they really don't want him right now, but we do need to get rid of him. So Brendan Perlini almost just straight up for Alex Chasson practically works. So Perlini for him, but we'll try to pick up a couple picks, third and a fourth, because he is a younger player, so we'll take off the fourth, just go with the third, not enough, so we will go with a fourth and a sixth. How does that sound there, Edmonton? No, we're not doing that. We need that back on Chasson, back on the deal. And what we'll do to you guys is we'll retain Brendan Perlini's cap, a whole shit ton for you guys, so you only have to pay like 1.2 or something like that, so you guys will only have to pay like a little bit. And we'll pay most of the salary cap of Brendan Perlini this year, and you guys can practically get him for free. I think that's a good deal for me. I think that's a very good deal to pull away some picks from you guys, you fucking assholes. These guys are being dicks. They're not, just a bit low for us. Okay, we'll go with the 6-inch Chasson. We'll go with just that. Nah? You don't want that? You don't want Perlini? Okay, we're going to have to make two separate deals. So we will take 2/3 to pick up Chasson. Okay, well, then we'll go with a second and... Oh, my God, Edmonton's being a piece of shit. Fucking Holland. So a second and... Oh, my God, bro. How many fucking picks do you want? Do you want a whole lifetime of picks? Jesus Christ. Okay, Chasson. Well, we'll deal with that later. We will deal with that later. Brendan Perlini, we got to get rid of on the team. Perlini, there we go. We're going to trade him to a team that would like him and that has enough money to get him. LA, that's a perfect team. Western Conference team. You guys will definitely need some young prospects to kind of help out with the development of the team. And then we'll pick up the same amount of picks. And then we will pick up just a random fucking skater that really doesn't have any value. I thought I added him. What the fuck? Brickley. There we go. Perfect. Will that go through? Boom. There we go. So we practically got all the picks back. Practically. It was practically Perlini. They didn't want Perlini. So, okay. So now we need to organize the rosters. So, I think we got as many as we got here for depth-wise. Chasson's up there. Third line. Perfect. That's where we want him to play. We do need a depth defenseman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Depth defenseman for sure. Denny Dexter. Yes, we need him up here. I keep saying that again. For some reason, they keep sending him down for no apparent reason. So we'll get some simulation done. Zadina did drop on his overall a little bit because of the trade that happened. But, I mean, it was a deal that needed to be done. It was a trade that was needed to help the team out depth-wise. And now who do we take off? I think Adam Ernie. Adam Ernie's pretty shit defensively too. So, and he's a power forward anyway. So we'll throw him up there, and then that makes that third line a little bit better defensively. At least he'll help out with Rasmussen and Taro Heroes. Now we don't even know if we're going to be using half of these fucking guys for the team in the future. But for right now, I think just one kind of defensive guy to pick up for the team is Alex Chasson. Perfect, could play on the team for a little bit. Defensively, we want Dylan with Siorkin, Dexter with Bowie. Special teams wise, Mantha there. Actually, we want him there. We really don't got any right-hand guys, but Strome can do that. Bertuzzi could go back actually back up there. All right, so let's get this AHL team. I don't think it really is anything to deal with the AHL team. So we'll finish that up quickly. Oh, fuck, we need to sign a bunch of free agents too. Fucking Foods here. Oh my God, so much to do with the Detroit Red Wings. All right, so let's quickly sign a couple for free. Oh my God, there's still so many free agents to sign. I can't believe we didn't even see that. I mean, a lot of them are RFAs, and we don't want any of those guys. So we'll just go and sign a couple of our players that we want to sign on the team, like Wood, Zykov, Olofsson. We'll get up McCarn on the team. Get him signed, because I don't think we really have any prospects that signed yet or in playing in the AHL. I think we have like maybe one or two, but we know that Sierpkin's up with the NHL squad. We will send down Sierpkin if he is struggling. We're giving him a test trial, and I think the coach is probably going to ask me that once we start the simulation and stuff like that, if we're just going to use him as depth or whatever we're going to do with him. But he is going to be the depth player for the Detroit Red Wings. That's the plan so far with him, is he's just going to be that kind of a backup. Yeah, he wants a 9-game trial. Yes, we're going to give him a trial. I think a 9-game trial is the best route. I agree, 9-game trial is the best option. Perfect. I agree with you. I'll agree, Andrea will play the first 9 games of the first 15 of the season. Okay. So we got to give him his first 9 games of the season. We'll see how it all works out. And we got to work very well with William Kessler. I think this is definitely a big thing that we're going to have to work with our GM, or with our coach, I mean, is work with him a lot so we could become very good partners with him and stuff like that. Give him the tools that he needs to kind of coach a team. And I felt like we definitely did that this year. We gave him a good defensive guy. We gave him a lot of support, people to kind of help out the team this year. And I'm hoping that kind of brings his team together a lot more. So Jonathan Brigand's ready to go this year. Anybody else ready to go and play? Nothing really. Yeah, like I said, there's really nobody that we need to worry about. So let's start up the simulation for the 2020-21 season for your Detroit Red Wings. So let's see how this season goes. So we got to simulate the first 9 games. So that's 3 right there, 6, 8, 9. So we'll go up to the San Jose Sharks game, and then we'll see how Sierpkin's doing and stuff like that. I'm hoping Dylan Sierpkin play really good, because I want Sierpkin to really excel with the Detroit Red Wings. And I'm not expecting him to excel this season, but I'm hoping for the future of this team he could be a big D-man. And we need him. I mean, we really need him to be a big D-man for us and to really step up into his position. That's why we gave him Brendan Dillon to kind of start off his career, so he gets a good D-man to play alongside of him. So hopefully he excels a big 9-1 season. I mean, we could play some great offense. We could fuck teams up offensively. And Sierpkin, only -1. He's not doing too fantastic. We'll throw him up, but I don't want to mess with the top pairing. The top pairing's really good. Brennan, they're not doing too bad. Actually, Sierpkin's is not really getting any points so far right now. 2 losses there. So that's 9 games there for Sierpkin. No, that's 8. That's 8 games on the season. So let's get up to the Ottawa Senators one. We'll get up to that game, and then we'll sim past that game, and then we'll see how well Sierpkin does. So another loss there for the Detroit Red Wings. We know that this year is going to be rough as well. Like, we know that this year is going to be rough as fuck. Sierpkin -5 alongside of Brendan Dillon. I think it might be in our best bet to send him down to the AHL and just keep him down there, because we can't let him suffer and play 20 minutes a night suffering out there, right? So I think the smart idea is sending down Sierpkin, him playing in the AHL this year, even though he's a top 6 guy. What we'll do is we'll give him top 6 minutes, because it seems like we're giving him too much, because I seen that we're playing him on the top power play and stuff like that. I feel like we're going to have to give more Snyder that spot. Then we'll also give Sierpkin just the second spot, and same with that, because I feel like he's just going to do a lot better not getting that many minutes, because he's getting a lot of minutes right now. He really is. He's getting a lot of ice time, so I think it's a little bit too much for our man Sierpkin, so we're going to lower it down a little bit so he can kind of just come into that position. We don't want to be overplaying him and stuff like that. We don't want to kill our young stud, right? Our young Russian stud. And Sierpkin, as the Detroit Red Wings are just getting paled out there right now. And maybe it was not the best bet to sign him. We need a veteran presence on the team. Start a conversation with, okay. I agree. What should we do? It is good that we need to either sign or trade for our veteran over 30. Okay. All right, we'll go and do that. So I think what we'll do is we'll end the simulation here, and in the next episode we gotta go after another older kind of veteran guy for the team. I don't know where we're gonna pick that up for either. If we're gonna do that or not. We're having a very bad season. We're 3-10-1. We're probably one of the worst teams in the NHL. I feel like trading away Siopkin and then picking up a defenseman that's a veteran guy. Maybe even picking up someone depth wise wouldn't be too bad. Our first line, I mean, wow. These guys are ripping it up. Sedino's not doing bad this year. 9 points on the season. Strome as well, but they're all minuses. They're just... It's a rough season. We knew that this was going to be another rough season for the team. It was not going to be a fun one. It was not going to be an easy one. And Linus Ullmark, he's getting fucking bombshelled out there, man. He is really struggling as... I mean, we have a weak defense core without a doubt. So let's see who's in this next draft class before we end off the episode. We got a big A2 Rat2. We got Jackson Steckel, sniper, and then Abel Gray, defensive defenseman. And then you got Trevor Wrong and more players down the list. So we got a pretty big draft. The highlights are A2 Rat2, Jackson Steckel, and Abel Gray. I wouldn't mind a little bit of Jackson Steckel. But for right now, guys, I'm going to sign off here. Thank you very much for watching. In the next episode, we're going to be similar to the rest of the season, maybe making some deals. We'll have to see what happens next. But for right now, guys, I'm going to sign off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios, amigos.